The LAV-25, the U.S. Marine Corps main armored reconnaissance vehicle, has its origins in an effort to develop a new, highly mobile strike force for the Middle East. Fast, lightly armored and armed with a Bushmaster chain gun, the LAV acts as the Marines' cavalry, scouting ahead of other friendly forces and seeking out the enemy. Over the past 35 years, the nearly 1,000 LAVers have served from Panama to Iraq, where it earned the nickname the Destroyer. In 1980, it was clear the political situation in the Middle East was deteriorating. Citing the Iranian Revolution and the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the Carter administration established the so-called Rapid Deployment Force, RDF, designed to quickly deploy U.S. air, sea and land forces across the world into the Middle East. The RDF, which later evolved into U.S. Central Command, demanded strategic mobility and firepower. The U.S. Army and Marine Corps examined a new generation of light armored vehicles that could be used to equip their contributions to the RDF, including the AAI-RDF per LT, or Rapid Deployment Force light tank, equipped with the ARES 75mm automatic cannon, dune buggies armed with TOW missiles and heavy machine guns, and the new M1047 LAV based on the GM Canada light armored vehicle, itself based on the Swiss MOWAG Piranha. The M1047 was an 8x8 wheeled armored vehicle with a turret armed with a 25mm Bushmaster automatic cannon and a 7.62mm medium machine gun. While the Army declined to adopt the M1047, the Marine Corps embraced the new vehicle. The Marines would use what they called the LAV-25 as an infantry fighting vehicle, a kind of Bradley Light, and made room for 6 infantrymen to sit inside. The Marines created 4 light armored vehicle battalions, 1 per Marine division. The LAV was designed for both strategic and tactical mobility, giving Marines the edge in so-called maneuver warfare theory, a form of tactics widely adopted by the U.S. Marine Corps in the 1980s. Maneuver warfare theory emphasized the ability to outmaneuver enemy forces over firepower to win battles, and the LAV epitomized that ability. The LAV has a road speed of 62 miles an hour, allowing it to travel swiftly down roads, thanks to a 275 horsepower turbocharged diesel engine. It was fully amphibious, and with the attachment of a trim vane could do 6.5 miles an hour in the water. The vehicle could be carried by C-5, C-141, C-17 and C-130 transport aircraft, and could even be lifted by a CH-53E Sea Stallion helicopter. In addition to the base LAV-25 model, the Marines purchased 6 other LAV variants. The LAV C-2 serves as a mobile command post and communications vehicle for the LAV battalions. The LAV C-2 deletes the vehicle turret and Bushmaster gun and instead has a raised passenger cabin and positions for radio operators. Another version, the LAV-L Logistics, is similar but is designed with an empty passenger area to accommodate up to 3 tons of palletized equipment, particularly ammunition. Unlike the LAV C-2, the LAV-L is armed with a 7.62mm machine gun. The LAV occupies a middle ground between the Marine Corps fleet of heavy tanks and lighter Humvees, and as a result the LAV fleet needed its own recovery vehicle to recover damaged and disabled vehicles. The LAV-L has a hydraulic crane rated for loads up to 6,600 pounds and a 30,000-pound winch for pulling vehicles out of mud, trenches, and other hazardous ground conditions. Several specially armed LAV variants were also procured. The LAV anti-tank version, or LAV-AT, mounts a turret with 2 TOW long-range anti-tank guided missile launchers, plus 14 more missile reloads. This gave the Marines, which had previously placed TOW missiles on M151 Jeeps, a protected, more powerful and more survivable anti-tank package. The LAV-M mortar vehicle carries an 81mm mortar and its crew of 3, and the LAV-EAD air defense variant has a 5-barrel 25mm Gatling gun, a pack of 4 Stinger missiles, and a 70mm rocket pod. The LAV-25 first saw combat in Panama in 1989, when provocations by the government of General Manuel Noriega against the United States forced the Pentagon to dispatch the Marines to beef up security. LA further saw combat in the U.S. invasion of the country in August. The LA mobility allowed it to roll quickly down the streets of Panama and even cross the canal in amphibious mode. In 1990, the 1st Marine Division's LAV Battalion deployed to Saudi Arabia, where it is served in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. LAVs were typically used in the screening role, identifying Iraqi forces ahead of the rest of the division, although they were occasionally used in pitched battles when the Iraqis unexpectedly attacked, particularly at the Battle of Khafji. Although the LAVs generally faced heavier Iraqi T-55, T-62 and T-72 tanks, LAV vehicles could handle the heavier vehicles, while those armed with 25mm Bushmaster guns engaged lightly armored Iraqi armored personnel carriers, unarmored vehicles, and dismounted Iraqi personnel. Crews even discovered that their 25mm armor-piercing rounds could penetrate the flank and rear armor of T. In 2003, LAVs participated in the invasion of Iraq. LAVs had been redesignated light armored reconnaissance battalions in the mid-1990s, a more appropriate description for units that barely had any infantry and scouted ahead of larger, heavier Marine forces. LAV units took part in the initial invasion and subsequent counterinsurgency efforts aimed at eliminating local insurgents, who allegedly nicknamed them destroyers. Their smaller size and use of tracks instead of wheels made them quieter and more capable of surprising enemy forces. LAVs have also deployed in Afghanistan and were part of the initial